The French are coming. I think we can all agree that the Oscars lost the plot of it for some time now. Emilia Perez, one of the worst received films of the year, got 12 Oscar nominations. I discovered that this Emilia Perez debacle is connected to a larger shift in the Oscars voting members, specifically French people. And it has a large effect on the long list to short list selection, and even some of the short list of nominations. But it doesn't really have an effect so far on who wins the actual Oscar. So follow me down this rabbit hole, and I'll show you some numbers to prove it. In 2016, hashtag OscarsSoWhite made its rounds on Twitter, and a lot of other places, rightfully so. Because at the time, the Academy was 94% white. From 2016 to 2022, they tried to change that. All these different kinds of people being invited, but where are they coming from? What countries? Let's take a look. French and English.
3,738 new members times 0.89 is 330 new Frenchies. 323 films were Oscar eligible, 207 were eligible for Best Picture. Whittling down from 207 to 12, shortlist of 5 nominations, 3.3% has a huge effect, especially if the votes are distributed evenly, that could even give a film the win.
This past year's Cannes Film Festival. The selection is really similar to this year's Oscars. Not to take away from any of these films. Anora, Flow, The Substance, one of my favorite films of the year, if not of the 2020s. These are all great films, but the more you look at it, last year Anatomy of a Fall won the Palme d'Or and
Best Original Screenplay.
Triangle of Sadness, a film that is not that memorable anymore. Had a big splash at Cannes and then also had some impact at the Oscars. Parasite in 2019 won the Palme d'Or. Let's take a look at Emilia Perez's director, Jacques Guidard. He has a pretty weird history. Even though Emilia Perez didn't win the Palme d'Or this year, he won the Palme d'Or back in 2015 for a film called, if I'm saying it correctly, Dee-paan? It was a film in similar taste, a crime-ish thriller about a culture he knew nothing about. And in 2015, it didn't even get nominated for Best International Film. The only difference from then to now is all the French people. Now, I have to preface it at this point, I don't hate French people. I actually have been to the Cannes Film Festival a couple times, and it was incredibly exciting. So what? A couple French people are getting a lot of nominations? Does that really hurt anyone? Let me think. Thank you guys for allowing me the time to cool off, because that really cleared my head. I've been working on this video for almost 2 months, and I could never really find a satisfying conclusion. I was even about to not release the video because of it, until I saw this deadline article, directly referencing the phenomenon that I'm trying to convey to you guys. I could go into this whole other rabbit hole about how the French Committee's failure to elect the best international film in the French category may be playing a hand in them trying to put all their eggs into one basket, but I don't really think any of this was done on purpose from the Academy side or the French side. So I want to end this video with what I want this channel to be about, asking those weird questions and doing the research yourself. And maybe you'll find something more interesting than ChatGPT rewording something you wrote 10 years ago. This is Josh.